I was just horrible. I really don't know.
Do you prefer black girls or white girls? What do you want to call for this show?
What do you say prefer? What do you say prefer? What do you mean? In what sense? Do I prefer
Attraction?
Attraction. Everyone's beautiful, Amari. So there's no there's no
I want to hear black or white. What's up?
Wait. Are we ready?
No.
Because we're back already. We're back for a new year of New Year.
2023.
2023, year of Jordan.
Year of Jordan.
Yeah, Michael. MJ.
Oh, MJ.
Yeah, man, the proper year.
You're right.
The only year that matters. 23 until next year is 24. R.I.P. Cole.
R.I.P.
After that, we don't care.
2 good years for NBA.
2 solid years. 2 solid years for 2 solid icons.
Say less.
So it's gonna be a good year for everyone. That's what I'm saying.
This is a long-awaited,
A very long awaited
episode. Folge 10. German is the 10th language.
Bloody hell. We're
Episode 10.
We're in the year.
And then some.
And then some. We've been out and about.
But we've been researching. We've been looking at our old videos.
And we're gonna get onto that. Because you know what, that research actually sucked.
It would.
We really think
you're right. You're right.
That was horrible. But
we
we'll
would
get
knew. We would. Nah.
We'll get into that at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know when. We'll get into it. But guys, like I said before, Happy New Year. I hope everyone had a blessed, lovely, festive period and is actually back ready for the new year. Teachers go back to school, feel your pain. I don't want to see them bastard kids either. But
I don't understand how, like, I've got so many teacher friends and family around me, and like I've seen there's no positive or negative. It's like a little bit can't wait to go back, or I can hate it.
No, there's no man.
There's no
There's
good days and bad days.
You have no off. But anyway, hope everyone had a good one. Hope the first 3 days of 2023 is treating you.
It's officially the third, isn't it?
It's officially the third. The 3 days are treating you well. Hope everyone's good, happy.
Hope everyone still kept to their resolutions. I guarantee you about
in 3 days?
70%. Yeah.
Bloody hell, then you lot suck.
You made any?
Nah. I actually make New Year's resolutions. I actually don't like New Year's. My New Year's is my birthday. Because I know we're going into a new year, like a new Earth year.
But you're about a new year.
But for me, it would be a new year. New year would be 29 to 30.
So do you make a 29 to 30?
Yeah, so I'll make my New Year resolutions. I'll make them birthday goals.
So what's your 29 one?
Mine? Yeah, can't reveal that. I'm big camera. When I get to 30, you'll know. You'll find out. Just know I made a couple and we're almost there.
Okay,
we're almost there.
Going well.
It's going. it's going. Now we have 7 more days, so we're getting there. We're getting there quite nice to Channy arm. My hood's going up for 8 years ago. We're getting there, which is nice and good. It's happy days.
See this. Reason why we've been away. It's been a tough year.
Was a tough year. Was not being.
You're right. Let me
year.
get that PTSD out of the way. It was a tough year. 2022 could suck a dick personally. I take the blame. Unintentionally. Accident in almost a year from now. January 2018 resulted in me snapping both tendons in my knee, patella tendon, being hospitalized and being unable to walk and having to relearn how to walk. So those like 6 months of stress was really bad for me. But yeah, with everything going on, Jordan Riley was like, yeah, I'm not going over for any.
Yeah,
I wasn't in the right mood. I was very negative.
I don't think a podcast or I don't think any form of social media would have been great.
I think as I even said, I'll do one, but everyone, even my family, was like, yeah, don't talk.
I feel like it was just best that everyone just kept everything quiet, which is nice.
An emotional roller coaster.
But the good thing is we're now in a better place where we can actually do this again.
I can walk, and I can bend my knees. A little bit more happier.
We all had a shitter, lad. We all had a shitter of a year. So we're here now. We're actually going to get to it. We're going to hopefully start being a bit more consistent with this stuff.
Yes.
And we're not going to say consistent in time frame, but we're going to say consistent in terms of actually giving you content at some point.
Yes, sir.
Throughout the year. Hopefully, there's 12 months. There's 12 months a year. Hopefully, you have 12 episodes. that's an episode of the book. We don't know.
I ain't promising nothing.
We ain't promising, but you don't know. It could be there. It could be that.
Oh, you do is
we're gonna try and be out there a bit more. We're gonna try and do a bit other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're not just gonna do podcasts. We're gonna try and do some other stuff and venture out. Because I feel like 2023 is the year of money. If you can make money, or you got things you just wanted to try and see how it goes.
Now's the time to give it a go.
Yeah, give it a go.
Definitely is the time for it. Cool. You've got nothing to lose.
That being said, everyone that's just been like rocking with us for this time, like for the past year,
you right.
You know, it's been good. Like
people have still been asking
followers and
to join the podcast,
YouTube videos,
more
and
people,
stuff, which has been good.
I doubted us thinking, oh, we need to have more videos before people are actually interested. But our close friends are like, yo, stop being stupid. Get me on the podcast.
Yeah, so
nice.
We appreciate you all.
We've clearly not listened to you because you're not on the podcast, but we thought this one at least would be like
acknowledging your existence.
Okay.
So at least, you know, thank you for that.
Yeah,
thank you for the support.
Nice. Okay.
You know, tell a friend, like, subscribe, all that stuff. I'm sure we'll say that again at some point.
Indeed, we shall. We must,
and we'll get through.
What's happened in the last year is I became I entered the 30 club, the 13th.
Oh yeah, you're old now.
Yeah, I'm officially old enough to look back on the 20s. Like,
let me ask that question.
I despise y'all
because a lot of people always say this. Like, as soon as you get to 30, you start feeling a completely different way about life. Is that true? Like, what are your mindset? What's your mindset now that you're 30 compared to your mindset what was when you were
okay, it was already different for me because I already accepted that I'm going to enter 30 not the way I wanted to because of my injury. Right? I was like, I just want to be walking at 30. So that's a goal. It's terrible to say, but I just wanted to make sure I could walk for 30. So I did that. But already in a negative mindset, I was already positive to see 30 and walk around. So that was really good. But I can say for myself at least, it's quite out of the bullshit. It's like no matter what, in your 20s, you had that theoretical umbrella to say, I'm in my 20s. I don't have to get it all together.
You feel like you have time in it.
Yeah, 20. Like even if you're saying 29, it's like I've still got a year. A year's a long time. But as soon as you're 30, as soon as that TH comes into it, 30 is like, okay, so out of all the things you've had in your 20s, which ones are working? You should be on a path. Not necessarily up the path, but you should be on a path of what you want to do. And
do you think
it wasn't as scary as I thought.
Do you think that's a mindset of being 30? Do you think that's a mindset that you wake up on your birthday and you go, oh shit, and you're like, oh, that, or do you think that's something that comes like throughout? Because obviously your birthday was what, November? So we've had like you had like two or a month and a half or so of getting into that mindset. Do you think it's something that comes straight, like you wake up and you go, well, fuck? Or do you think it's something that just kind of grows over time as you're getting into your 30s, 30 years?
You guys spot on. A month, like, I almost have a countdown, and I spoke to someone else and they agree with me. It's like November 13th. So as soon as it got to October 13th, that's when it started seeing. It's like, all right, cool. You got 30. You got a month before it's big 30. Okay. So it starts to kick in the months before, and then on the day it doesn't hit as much because you're overthinking. You think, oh god, this. If I gotta start a business, actually I don't know what to do. You overthink like, oh, I definitely do as well. And then when it got to it, I was like, all right, cool. You've prepared for this. It's like you speak to yourself one day. It's like, you know what's going to happen today. You know what today means.
You know what's crazy? Like, a lot of people, myself included, think the older you get, the less opportunities you have. So, for me, obviously, still being 29 or whatever, that's fucking out. Still being 29 or whatever. So, my birthday is in July for those that know. Those that don't know, now you know. It's like, okay, I'm doing all this shit I want to do, blah, 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 blah. But I feel like if I don't do anything by 30, I feel like, oh, fuck, it's too late now. But I'm not going to use that example. I was about to say something, but I can't use. It's a very touchy subject. Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling, like, she or they, I don't know what pronoun they use, but they did something, I can't remember what they did, but they did something fucked up. Almost got Harry Potter cancelled Harry Potter.
You know, this is news to me. What?
Yeah. I can't remember what it is. I'll have to research it entirely.
Okay.
But they did something fucked up.
Oh.
I can't remember what it is. And like everyone was like, "Oh, let's boycott Harry Potter." But then I realized how good Harry Potter was, and was like, "Right, let's boycott her."
Oh.
So, yeah. So I was going to use her as an example as like she got to like 34, 36 or whatever, and only just in the Harry Potter books. Steve Harvey was in his late 30s.
Okay, like people like Oprah as well.
Before he made it, Oprah was like 45.
Made it later on.
Yeah. So like people, there's loads of examples of really successful people making it later on in life. But I feel that the 30 is such a big age because everyone's just like, you're 30 now, have you got a wife? Have you got kids?
Means go time. It's just go time.
Have you got family? Have you got a house? You know, where you've got your career goals? Like, I understand it's go time, but at the same time, it's only 30 years of my life. 18 of them, I was dicking around.
Yeah, it's 12 years of adult life.
I was making mistakes. The other 12 years, I was winging it.
A lot of people wing it. But when you think about it, I understand your aspect of it too. It's like, okay, I've not had enough time, or a lot's happened and it's still yet to happen. So the fact that there's pressure around that number is unnecessary, depending on how you look at it. It's unnecessary pressure. As soon as you like adopt that mindset, that means nothing. But in a world where anything can happen, like
30 means
something. 30 means something because like people it's not financially focused around money to prove your worth, but people can become millionaires within a year. People can be impactful on life and other people within months or within the right conversation, the right place, the right time. So that being said, 12 years is more than enough time to at least do something. But in this day and age right now, you turn 30 and some people can be like, what have I done with my life? Yeah, well, I'm still doing this foolishness that I used to do at uni, or I'm still chatting to people that I know I shouldn't chat to. I'm still entertaining things that I know I shouldn't. I've not matured in certain ways. So you actually start to compare yourself from the you that was allowed to get away with it to the you that's still trying to live that kind of lifestyle. So it's like, is it time to be an adult? And I think adults are forced into it. Unfortunately, I spoke to my boy. It's his birthday yesterday. No, it was yesterday. And he was like, I ain't say his name. He's had enough praise. But I asked him straight away, it's like, I just feel like 30. And the first thing he said was like, I'm gassed to say it. And I stay quiet about that because I thought that too. Like, I'm gassed to say I'm 30. But I'm guessing it hits different for parents. That's my man right there. Parents, there you go. Because parents, unfortunately, birthdays don't mean as much because every year or every day or every outcome of what you're doing is focused around the kids. So it's like, I'm 30, that's great, but my kid's 4. Yeah. So it's just, I know I can say I'm 30 and on the weekend do nothing. I understand how important that is when I'm around my nephews and nieces and they're going crazy. Like, I'm like, okay, well, this is a lot. I've got to think about everything they're doing if I'm ever around them. Like, I can't chill by myself.
Do you think that's a lot from the very
Bro, my voice broke, so it's been such a long day. We've done it again. It's stupid o'clock.
Bro.
Stupid o'clock. We've been drinking all day. That's not good. We're not alcoholics, people.
Come on, fuck. What are they gonna say?
I don't want people to think I'm an alcoholic. You wouldn't be alcoholic.
I'm not alcoholic, but if they think that, anyway, my point, what I was trying to say was, isn't that very similar, or isn't that similar to like a New Year's resolution? So going backwards, you said, have I made a New Year's resolution?
Yes.
My argument was no, I haven't, because
for your birthday, you brought.
Yeah. But regardless of that, like, I feel like I understand the idea of a resolution. I understand the idea of it in theory. So I understand that you set goals, whether it be 1 month, 3 months, 12 months, whether it's a meso, a micro, or macro.
Very well done.
Thank you. That's my sports science knowledge coming out now.
Okay.
B-test book.
I learned that from like Gary Vee.
Yeah, well.
He talks about the macro a lot.
Yeah. I teach it. So, like, whether it's short, medium, or long term, I understand the point of setting a goal and then, building on it.
I mean, it's proven to work.
But my next argument is, and it's probably contradictory to what I've just said.
Probably.
Do you need to have it on a specific time of the year?
Oh, I disagree with resolutions. I That's the first thing I asked, like in the first couple of weeks of January, because it's general conversation to pretend you care about people's lives. But really, it's just like, have you made a promise to yourself? Because the closest thing to a reset button is a yeah. Okay.
I understand. No, I understand. The thing is, I understand.
But why wait till the beginning of
I
the
understand doing it at the
time
back.
is irrelevant.
No, but I understand doing it at the back end of the year or the start of the year.
No.
Because the reason why I understand it is because it's like you said, it's almost like a reset.
Closest thing to a reset button,
yeah. So it's the closest thing to a reset you're going to get. So you go from this year being a year as a whole, taking that and then going to a whole new year.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, it's a reset. It's a whatever you didn't do this year, wipe it off. It's gone. So
I don't believe in that though.
No, but I understand. I can understand the concept.
I can understand why people would do it.
I can understand why people do it. My argument is you could do that at any time, at any place. But I could understand for those that may be a bit more. I'm not going to say logically thinking. That's not what I'm thinking. But they're a bit more like maybe a bit more OCD, a bit more structured, where they go, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it at the end of the month. I'm going to do it on my birthday. I'm going to do it at the. So for me, I like a bit of structure. So for me, instead of just doing it willy nilly and going for today, and like, I like to go right. I know my birthday comes up every year, right? So I'm going to try and set goals based up to my birthday. So I know logically I know I can do it whenever I want.
That makes more sense.
I know
logically it to you. At least that's for like relatable.
Yeah, I know logically I've got 12 months to get there, and I know by the time I turn, hopefully by the time I get to the next birthday, I've achieved them goals. But I can also understand why people do it at the end of the year, because it's just I think it's a similar mindset that they're doing the same with me. It might not be as personal, but it's still personal to them, because it's like, right, my goals for 2022 are this. Okay, did I reach them? Yes. Or did I not reach them? No. Okay, cool. Well, my goals for 2023 are based on if I did or if I didn't. And it's just a constant cycle.
I feel like it's just relating to people that say, oh, yeah, okay, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. I make loads of lists. I've got like 44 whiteboards in my house, and I make to-do lists and all that too. Well, I don't always say, okay, it's like, say it's the weekend, and we want to go gym. We need to go gym more. We want to go gym on Sunday morning or Saturday morning. We don't. Start fresh Monday. So to me, it's like being too forgiving with the goal you've set in mind. To me, it's like if you're supposed to do something and you've set a day to it, but it's better to say it another day because it's beginning of the week, beginning of the month, beginning of the annual birth year, or beginning of the new year. You're wasting time. You're allowing yourself a cushion. Like if it's like, I'm going to do this to prep myself, so at the beginning of the year, I can start right. So like I'm going to start buying foods correctly or learning, even if it's like for the qualification, I'm going to start learning codes when I start my qualification. I'm ahead of the game because there's a time limit for it. That makes more sense to me. But to put it to a date, say I'll do it then, it just means until from whenever you set that then date, from then until then, like that gap in between, it's wasted.
Yeah, I do get it. But also, if you use it for prep, like you say, it might not be prep, might not be physical prep, but it might be mental prep. So it might be a case of saying, let's say, what day is today? Wednesday. Let's say I say, right, I'm going to start gym on Sunday, right? But it's Wednesday. Now, I could start gym today. I could start gym tomorrow.
What's stopping you?
But what I'm saying is, it could be the mental preparation of me going to the gym.
Like I said, if it's prep, it's fine.
So,
because you take an action,
that maybe if it's in that realm and they're just mentally prepared or physically prepared themselves, fine. Those that kind of say, and I know people that do, because they kind of say, "Oh, I'll go on Sunday," I don't give it a thought. I just go, it's Sunday, start the week. I'm just going to do
it. Doesn't mean enough to you.
Then to me, it's just you're just saying it for saying it's sake. There might be action to it, but you could take action at any point. So there's no accountability. Like I said, there's a bit of like a cushion where they go, push it to a side. It might be fear, it might be anxiety, it might be something that pushes you to a side that makes you go, you know what? I'll push it back. I'll keep pushing back, because if we're just using gym as an example, it could be daunting to someone that's never been into a gym.
But there's reason for it.
Yeah, but it's anyone could just make a reason. Anyone could just make a plan. I'm saying, but everyone could find a reason to push a plan back.
So setting dates is just like
I think it's just a ritual. It's just there for structure. It's just there for just accountability. I'm doing it on this date for accountability. I'm doing it on this date for accountability. Then no.
I would recommend to anyone, it's like, if you're going to set a date and a time, ask yourself why. if you can't answer why not now, if it's for there's a reason for accountability, or I need to do this, or I'm personally scared of this, or there's something in me that needs to be ready for it, and I think this time period that I've given myself is enough to prepare me.
Yeah.
Say less. But if I say I want to go gym next week, and then you ask me like, all right, cool, that's a really good idea because you've got a holiday coming up, and I know you want to get fit, cool. But and you say, oh, why not tomorrow though? And I'm like,
I don't want
I just
to.
want to go next week. Yeah. Then I just think like, well, you just weak, and that next week will come. And if you're not in the right, not necessarily mindset, if you can't be asked, then its importance dies even worse, and you push it back even more. Or when you do, you can't be motivated for it. So I'll say plan for it if you are having a resolution. If not, because I have been times to hear people like, I think like this is the third Monday. There's a certain Monday of every year where it's like the worst Monday, the most depressing Monday of the year.
January.
Yeah, it's in January. I don't know which one of it's the first or the second.
I think it's like third.
I was thinking 13.
Because the first you only get
Because that's the average one where a lot of people have given up or failed their resolutions.
I just,
Yeah, right.
yeah, I'll get fat apparently. I need to go to the damn gym.
There we go. Reason? Don't break my chest.
But yeah, I get that. And I understand, like, it sounds like I'm just fucking backtracking, but I understand why people should turn around and say it. I just think, like, in this day and age, like I said at the very start of the podcast, like, if you haven't started something for this year and you want to physically do it, like, it might be a podcast, it might be learn to draw, it might be just creating an extra stream of money, it might be whatever it may be. I feel like this is the year for everyone just to go get it. We had the 2 COVID years.
I think that played in a, I'm not gonna say it's positive, but you can use it as a positive way. It's like, unfortunately, life isn't promised, and that opened a lot of people's eyes, business wise, because the world stopped, the internet didn't. People were making more money, the people were transferring more. A lot of people now are preferring to work at home because they realize the compatibility around their lifestyle. A lot of stress. A lot of people are very anxious towards, like, think about if I start work at 9 a.m. in a 20-minute drive away. My day doesn't start at 9 a.m. My day probably starts at 7.
Because you're getting up,
getting everything ready, and like that's, you're not getting paid for that. That's everything prep.
Yeah.
When you finish work at 5, you're not instantly home.
Yeah, you're not prep.
You're still probably traveling through rush hour to get home, and even when you're at home, you're still thinking about work the next day. When you can't enjoy the weekend because it takes a day to recover, and then the next day you're prepping for Monday.
Yeah, people
have realized that, and I've spoken to a lot of people who started their own thing, researching their own thing. If it's cybersecurity, data analyst, something that they can be controlling their own hours, working remotely when they can still live life, or when they're like working from home, the companies have found it easier for people to do their job in the comfort of their home.
We're going a bit off topic here, but I just want to ask you a question. This mainly for people out here.
Is it hard to answer question?
I ain't got a clue.
Yeah.
Just ask you a general question. What would you say to someone? What would you say to someone now that is watching this, that wants to start something, whatever it may be, but doesn't have the confidence to do it? Because let's be real for 30 seconds. Okay. We said we wanted to do this type of thing, something like this. We said we wanted
to do so much more than we want to do.
Something like this for at least 3 years before we actually started last year to do it.
Right? 3 years. We were talking about uni.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just said 3 years because that's the first thing. But okay, probably about 6 years.
10. 2012. 11, 2013.
Okay, 11, 12. We said we wanted to do something like this for a long time, and it took us a while to actually get up and get the cojones to go and do it. So, what would you say for someone that may not have the confidence or the tools, or just doesn't really know where to start, to get them to the point where we're at now? Where I'm not saying we're comfortable behind the camera.
No.
I'm also not saying we're fucking world beaters, but I'm saying we're doing it.
Okay, well, just how would I encourage someone to start? Speak to someone who's doing it.
Need some drink in my cup.
Speak to someone who's doing it. If anything, just ask to what should I do it. Research the equipment, because I was the guy who wanted all the gear, but I had no idea. Like, I bought how many tripods? I was ready to invest in city cameras, city devices, and it's only when I realized at a later date where none of that is necessary. It's just good audio, good camera.
Yeah.
And our phones are more than enough. later down the line we can invest more, but experience is the best is the best teacher. So you'll learn along the way. We've learned basic stuff that we should know on how to do things like
I
this.
say we should know, but it's not saying we should know. We didn't know it because we didn't do it.
Exactly. So experience helped us understand what was necessary and what wasn't.
When we speak later and we talk about one of our very first videos, if you go onto our YouTube page now, one of our very, very first videos was Get to know OJ, where we just rolled off questions off the internet, and we were just saying, right, you don't know us, so this is our insight into you. To this day, it's actually one of our most viewed on YouTube. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong, we ain't got many. I said we ain't got many views, but we
wanted to look on our phones. I recorded it from my spare phone, the Google Pixel, and because we wanted to be able to see ourselves, we recorded it from the front camera, and it was the very first Google Pixel front camera. So now it wasn't great. Yeah, like the angles, but that got the ball rolling because we got to a stage of so much stress. We were like, you know what? We're just gonna do it. Have you got a phone? Have you got a camera? What have you got time? I've got the space. Do it. We're just gonna put it here. We was looking at my computer from the side at a very bad angle. We're like, we don't care. We're just doing it. And only then did we realize, hold on, we could do this better.
We put it out there. And to be fair, when we first put it out there, we was like, oh yeah, this video's all right. This video's not too bad. And it's only a year later when we look back at it and we're like, this is ass. And we've now like got to a stage. You might be sitting there going, oh, this fucking sucks too. But compared to our first stuff, it was dick.
You got to tell you,
it was awful. So we get to a stage. Choking over the shit. So we got to a stage where it's a bit better. So like for anyone out there that actually wants to like get the ball rolling on whatever it may be, or even if you've got an idea but don't know where to, don't overthink it. One, don't overthink it, but two, what I personally found is like doing research has one of two effects on you. It can really inspire you, or it can really demotivate you.
It can be very overwhelming.
I would say that when you are looking at it, you need to look at it with an objective point of view and say whatever you're looking at. Like let's say you want to do a podcast, but you don't know where to start, and you go to look at other podcasts out there, and you go look at the ones that you watch and the ones that you listen to. You need to understand that they started from somewhere.
Scroll to their very first.
So wherever they got to now, that was a work in progress. A lot of people that we watch now, Philly and Chunks, shits and
Chunks started off his making like just basic videos with his boys.
90s baby, I think that's one. I can't remember what it's called. Like a lot of all the podcasts that we watch now, even Undisputed, I watch that shit. Okay. All that stuff we watch now, they had to start from somewhere. We don't think about the somewhere because we're thinking about them now.
Don't overthink the concept as well. And I'm the overthinker at best too. And having Jordan be like, all right, that's great, but we're nowhere near there yet. Let's just do this.
I'm gonna pull myself a little bit. Like, we got Ciroc Apple here because you're about to find out why we got Ciroc Apple.
I'm worried about that segment.
It's gonna be full of time.
I've had too much to drink today.
I'm gonna pull myself a little.
But overthinking can obviously definitely be more detrimental to yourself, because even though an idea is great, it's more you think about it, you can start to shit on it as it goes. If you've got an idea, record it. Just make it a draft. At least then you can analyze your own work and just speak to people whose opinions you care about and say, "What do you think of this?" That's it. I was very doubtful because I'm an overthinker. I wanted my version of perfect or acceptable or null. It like about 50% of the videos out there is been posted because like George at the final say, I'm like, all right, cool. Nah, it's not great. It's not great. But just like, it's fine. Post it. And it's only when friends and family are content like, you know, that's actually all right. Yeah, the camera could be better. The audio could be better. But either way, it's content, and I'm learning that I always thought it was a lot worse than it could have been.
And do stuff you enjoy. We like, as much as we probably come on here and waffle, and like we enjoy
strong waffle.
We enjoy you like listening to our fucking our conversations or whatever out.
We're working on that. Sorry.
Like we enjoy this. Like it's something like if you speak to us off camera, this is how we speak.
Yeah.
The only difference is now we just got a camera in our face and we're speaking, and we actively know there's probably a camera in our face.
Mm-hmm.
So That's the only difference between this and
It
what
does feel
you see
very
in
natural.
person. So it's just a natural
We
conversation.
bitch a lot anyway.
So it's just something that I'd say, if you've got an enjoyment for it, I'm not saying that it's that passion. Obviously, passion comes into it somewhere. But if you've got an enjoyment for it, it's the time now where let's go get that money.
Cool. Perfect roundup, because that's what 2023 is about.
Go
Do
that
it.
money.
Go get yours.
Go get that money.
Hashtag go get yours.
Whether that's money, whether that's relationship,
Whatever yours is, go get it.
Get it.
Before we round off, though, before we get into the concept of why we got Ciroc and that, what does turning 30 mean to you? Because you're still a youngin'. You're still a 20 person. 93 babies. 93 babies. 20. It's coming for y'all, man.
Man, I'm not looking forward
Join
to
the
it.
gang.
I think it's just like, again, for me, birthdays are just a good reflection time. So I think 30 for me is another good reflection of what have I done in these 30 years that I can kind of say, like, okay, cool, this is where I'm at. Whether I'm happy with where I'm at personally, or whether I'm not happy where I'm at personally, I've got a benchmark. I've kind of gone, right, my 20s were full of fun, heartbreak, emotional roller coasters.
I'm so sorry.
You know what? Your time's coming. You know what? Now fuck you.
Nah.
Fuck you. Because your time's coming. You know what? That
was unintentional. That was so unintentional. I'm so sorry.
The day. Oh, Jordan, I swear. Oh, is it? Watch me give that same laugh. Fucking Daffy Duck.
Ain't nothing happening to me.
Shut up, man. It will happen to you. I don't think why. You're not Iron Man.
What I've learned about relationships.
You're not Iron Man.
I didn't say I was.
You're not Iron Man. You have a heart.
I didn't say I didn't.
Even Tony Stark has a heart.
See,
do you not see that?
At no point did I say I don't got a heart.
Yeah.
At no point.
Oh.
It's paying me the villain.
You are the villain.
Explain.
The villain of life.
In previous videos, all I've said was like, I just find couples hilarious.
Right.
Because
no,
like
shut up. Go back to our previous videos. Right. This is episode 10. I can't remember what episode it was. It might have been the interracial one, when we spoke about interracial relationships, or it might be.
You didn't even know what point I was making.
It might be. I can't remember the other one. It
Something
might
about loyalty with women.
It might be the loyalty with women. Or
I enjoyed that one.
The superficial women one. It's one of them too. Right. Go back and listen to that. Listen or watch them podcasts or listen to them, whatever. There's a point in one of them where Amari turns around and he says, I just find couples hilarious. You know why I find couples hilarious? I find couples hilarious because you just do that gooey shit. And I don't think my name's Mari and I don't think I'm ever going to get
You're going off something. You're upset.
Right. Quote it, pause it, screenshot
Find me that.
screen record it, whatever you want to do. Send it to him, and then at some point within the next 10 episodes, I promise I can feel it in the air. The Lord has spoken
I'm gonna get
to
made
me.
up in the next 10 episodes.
The Lord has spoken to me. He said, Amari's time's coming, and I went, yes,
See,
Lord.
now you're making relationships sound like a punishment.
Huh?
You know that, right? You're making relationships sound like a punishment.
You are a punishment. You deserve a punishment.
A relationship is a punishment.
Yes, for you.
It's not.
Yes.
I'm not going to turn into
your
you,
own prison.
Well, the relationships make the manest man turn into the softest guy, and I find that funny.
I can't wait.
Now that isn't rude. I'm sure that's not rude. It's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not. I said the manest man. I didn't say you.
No, I never said you talking about me. But you tell me right. You can't tell me that
because it changes people.
It don't change nobody. It just brings out their heightened emotion. Whether that's
soft.
It brings out, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Soft.
I'm not gonna say anymore. So I'm gonna quote this. I'm gonna put it on you.
If it happens, yeah.
I'm gonna bring
if
this.
It happens, I'll go on live.
I'm gonna bring this episode up.
I'll go on live.
Bring this episode up. Are you ready? I'm gonna put it on that big projector. I'm gonna say, I've already said this. It makes them soft. Now look at him in pink with a dog.
Why would I be in pink with a dog?
Because that's what your babe wanted. He wants you to have a pink, wear pink, holding a chihuahua, okay. And now look at him, wear pink, holding a chihuahua. What happened to that, Mari? You soft ass marshmallow ass. I'm gonna get someone.
See how hurt he is.
I'm gonna get
someone
dressed as a Michelin man.
He knows
gonna get someone dressed as a Michelin man.
He knows it's been changed.
I'm gonna get someone dressed as a Michelin man.
Like I don't know what age.
You know, crackers and a small.
The Jordan from 2012, say 10, 11 years ago. It's not the same Jordan that sits in his seat beside me. You get me?
He's grown.
He's upset about it.
He understands the heartbreak and the stress, and he's been through it all, and it's made him a better person.
That's what empty soft.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. I can't wait. And I know everyone else is with me as well. I know everyone.
It just means even
the only 6 people that watch this.
Don't get it twisted.
The 6 people. No, it's still
I will have like when I find wifey, I'm like, cool, that's wifey, but. What? But the way I've seen man just turn into like this submissive.
You don't think when they get into relationships, people don't think, oh, that's wifey. People don't get into relationships for bants.
I didn't say that.
Exactly. So every relationship.
I'm just saying how crazy it changes. It can change. Yeah. It can change the man.
Yeah, but every relationship someone's got into, they've probably gone into it going, oh, this might wifey. So of course they're going to change because they think this is there forever. X or Y or Z happens.
Well, it doesn't have to change.
And then it's not changing though. They're not changing who they are. Mm-hmm. They're just allowing more of who they are to come out around their significant other.
That makes sense.
That's not changing. They're not going from.
You can be more emotional without being soft.
No, but it depends how you class the soft. You're classing the soft and going, oh, you're no, that's not being soft. Mm-hmm. That's not being soft. That's just showing heightened emotion.
Okay.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Okay.
I can't wait. Fucking. Mario, man. Oh, a rock full of stone. No one can turn me. I'm the thing.
You're
the thing.
What you?
Just rock. Oh, no one can do it.
What you're doing is painting a picture of me based on my opinion. It's like, oh, okay, then, yeah, icy bastard.
You are an icy bastard, Frozone.
No.
That's what you got. No, you're a witch.
Frozone had a word.
What's the thing that the Wicked Witch of the West? Not the Wicked Witch of the West. What's it called? Wizard of Oz. Is it the Tin Man? Was it the Tin Man wanted the heart, or was it the lion? The lion wanted courage in it. No, the lion wanted courage because he was a pussy. But the Tin Man wanted the heart in it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's you? Did you? I just want to fart, dear. For what?
So what happened to the Tin Man at the end of it?
He got a heart. What do you mean?
Oh no, did he get a heart?
Yeah.
I thought it was like, oh, you always had a heart anyway. Some cheese. I don't know the end of it, I think.
They don't know the end of it. Wizard of Oz.
No. How did you had the courage in you the whole time?
They go to
the big head wizard guy.
Yeah, they go to my man and they realise it's that little.
It wasn't like you had it all in you this whole time.
It's a little bitch behind the thing.
Yeah.
And then they go through the whole cheesy shit. And then Dorothy's like, I want to go home. So, bitch,
what's the cheesy shit? Them realising he's got a heart this whole time. So he didn't get a heart. He already had it.
Yeah, well, he showed his emotion and he realised, oh shit, I can show
being
more
soft.
Well, he was soft because he didn't
show he had a.
So real softness is not showing your emotion.
You see your face when you said that.
It's
soft.
That's what it is.
Okay, fine.
And then Dorothy had the whole click of heels, so she could have gone home anyway. But she wanted to do it. I swear there's a black version of that as well. The Wisdom House. I swear there's a black version.
There's a black Annie with Jamie Foxx. Remember that?
There's a black everything. There's a black Cinderella with what's her name? Is it Monica something? Oh, the girl from Moesha. Is it Monica? Oh, right. Either way, there's a black Cinderella.
Yes, yeah. Great soundtrack. I saw that on Twitter the other day.
Yeah, there's a black Cinderella. There's a black Wizard of Oz.
Didn't know that.
Obviously, the whole flipping Lion King is black.
See,
there's a lot of black.
Black Mermaid
that's coming up soon with Fire Bailey. Yeah, there's quite a few coming up. But I forgot the point I was making all the way for this.
30 relationships goals for yourself.
Yeah,
I was like people change for yourself.
Yeah, well, okay, well,
I was just recapping.
Okay, well, 30 for me is like a benchmark. So I think it just allows me to look at what I've done in my 20s, how well it's gone, good, bad, indifferent, whatever, and then what the next 10 years ideally for me would look like. So if I had an ideal next 10 years, what would that look like? So I'll probably will wake up on my 30th and go, shit then. Especially the fact that I'll wake up and I'm like, shit then, traveling to school.
Yeah.
So it might be a bit different. But
I think that's what was nice with me because I know it's a negative as well because I wasn't working because I was doing my physiotherapy and recovery. But I got to experience 30 in my own time piece. It was really nice because I had that time to literally talk about it and debate with myself kind of thing before we all went out on it.
Whereas I probably won't. So for me, it will
Another day.
it'll seem like another day because it is another day. I still got a job to do. Do you know what I mean? But then also on the flip side, I think it'll just allow me to kind of sit and reflect and kind of go, okay, well, this is what happened in my 20s. In my 30s, by 35, I would ideally like to. By 40, I would.
So you set out like 5 and 10 year plans, isn't it? Yeah. Not plans, but at least like what some goals.
Like a goal I'd like to set having the next 5 years.
30 was the first time I did that. I was like, I want to see myself at this position or at this point, financially, happiness wise, even towards like if it's like family relationship wise. 30 is the only time I actually thought of that.
I didn't say anything. You'll hear it back on the camera.
Alright, cool.
Okay, fair enough.
Round of 30.
But that's I think I personally set 5 year goals because I just think it's nice again to have that accountability of myself to kind of go, right, I'm holding myself accountable. In 5 years I would like to be. But I think I'm looking forward to it to an extent because it rounds off and it's a nice number and it's just like 20's done. Peace.
What's after 30? A big number.
Yeah, what? 50? I think that's it.
I watched I made you watch the Pole show a bit, but Just Pearly Things and Brittany Renner, and I think one of her scientific notes that she mentioned is like men peak at 35.
Yeah, man.
So that I think a lot of 35 has always been in my head anyway. As soon as I said that, I was like, cool, it's locked in.
Yeah, I think
so. I have a set image of myself and position of myself at 35. And after that, I think it's going to be 5 until it gets 50 and you start counting.
After 50, you just go downhill. Unless you're 60 walking on the beach with your hot wife.
You're winning.
And you're loving life. Other than that, you could be in a care home at 51. Who knows? Dementia,
that's true.
Dementia rolls in at 50.
Rough, does it? Ooh.
So,
gotta look after yourself.
There you go. Yeah, learning the language really helps with dementia.
Really?
Yeah.
Activating the brain.
Yeah, activating the brain. Any brain activities.
Say less.
Get off your ass, people. Start doing stuff.
All that stuff. That's a health message by Jordan.
Yeah. All that stuff.
Alright, I want to get into the next concepts of getting to know.
Right, so.
This part's fun. Looking forward to this.
Basically. So, like we said, we went back and we spoke about. We went back and we were doing some research on life. And we went back and looked at our own videos and we're like, let's see how far we've come. And there's like I said earlier in the episode, there's a segment on there called Get to Know OJ. And if you could watch it, if somehow we would link that video into this video, like in the bio.
Okay.
For those who are too lazy to scroll, we will just so it's a click.
Just selfish, really.
Yeah, and it's a very bad. You don't learn much about us. I'll be honest with you. No,
the concept was we introduce ourselves by Googling questions
and us answering them.
Yeah, us answering questions that we even Googled. Best way to introduce yourself. Questions that best introduce people.
But instead, we thought for the game, let's try 2023. Let's start it with one of our concepts or one of our games that we've thought about for ages.
This was one of our original concepts back at uni,
and we thought we're gonna play this game with people, as in like as a drinking game.
So this, if anything, is the pilot of Shot Caller.
We're gonna see how this goes. So the concept of the game is we got 5 shots, but we got a number of shots in.
Cinco.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. We got 5 cups. There we go. Half a bottle of Ciroc. Now you would think, why is that not full? Because we don't care.
That's what I'm going
to do. So what we're going to do here is we're gonna pour 5 shots. We are then just gonna reel off questions between ourselves, right? We can either choose to answer the questions
and explain the
answer.
Yes.
Or if we don't want to answer the question,
call for the shot.
We take a shot. That's the way it's going to work. And we're going to see how that works.
We're going to specify these questions based on, first of all, it's O versus J. So I'm going to ask questions that I know, or I hope Jordan would rather take a shot than answer. Well, of course, if he answers, these will be questions that you can hopefully get to know
us a little bit more.
So we're going to make it a little bit more fun, if that makes sense.
A bit more of
instead of us just reading off a screen.
In a bit more of a concept. Before we get into this game, though, it's a
Mhm.
very good way to link in our sponsor. This is an unbelievable way.
Since we're talking about shots.
People like taking shots but don't know what to drink.
Well, we have an idea and a game and a concept that does all the thinking for you.
But what we're going to do, though, we're not going to explain it. We're just going to link it. We're just going to link it. And hopefully at some point, it's somewhere up above our heads.
Jordan will be editing this video.
Yeah, so
First video of 2023.
So it's either going to be there or it ain't going to be there. It's going to be one of the two.
Videos you've done that and I'm about to go. It's in the first video. In that OJ, and I'm like, learn how to edit correct.
So it's either going to be there.
Right there, where I'm pointing, is where Jordan's gonna put something.
And then I'm going to tell you to go into the bio and click the link. And click the link. Well, obviously, it's self-explanatory. If you use our code OJ2023 or OJ,
Is that the code?
2023.
You know, I don't even know.
Well, it's
I
not
suck.
OJ2023. Yeah.
Next episode, turns out that name was taken.
So we did a different one to get the discounts and have a good go with it. Anyway, we will pour these shots.
So, as he's pouring the shots, the game that we're going to be playing with other people will be hard to answer questions. So it's not necessarily getting to know people, but it'll be pop culture questions. It'll be about like quiz questions of what happened between Will Smith and Chris Rock, kind of thing. Anything, just anything that literally on the spot. We can be timed as well, and it's just a punishment based on the questions and the shots.
What's going to be fun is the further along we get, it's
it didn't have to.
The more drunk we get. Yeah, it did have to be. It's a shot. What do you mean?
I'm reading.
What don't read, man? Just pour the shot, man. We ain't got all day or all night.
What about your questions?
No,
We'll think about your questions.
no, man. I'm just gonna go off the cuff.
All right.
You'll see some real rap raw here.
He's doing some
You'll see some real rap raw here. I love Ciroc. By the way, just so we can get this is the best flavor of Ciroc. I don't want to.
It's not mango's best.
I don't want to hear any. If you haven't, you should have tried this. But if you haven't tried it, apple Ciroc is always the way forward. In life, I'm gonna get myself a chaser.
If you disagree, let me know in the comments.
I'm gonna get a chaser.
It's definitely mango Ciroc.
Shout out, the Americans.
Oh, chaser, because they don't believe in actually drinking correctly.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get myself a chaser because boy, you might want to have the other one because that's half.
You're right. Okay, cool. Already made a mess on the table.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm just gonna go first on this one.
Answering questions or asking a question? Asking.
I'll take the first sip.
Cool. Now, Jordan doesn't usually come prepared for these things, but
Be prepared wherever you want. I'll at least be
what's
prepared.
not easiest now? Relax.
I'll at least be prepared. You know what? It's all up the dome.
The easiest question, number one, that Jordan needs to have to. What's in that? Just the juice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just use. Ready? I was just holding it. I'm ready already.
Do you prefer black girls or white girls? What do you want to call from the show?
What do you say prefer? What do you say prefer? What do you mean? In what sense? Do I prefer attraction? Everyone's beautiful, Amari. So there's no
I want to hear black or white. What's up?
Do I prefer? No, man. Well, actually.
Oh god, he's gonna go all philosophical.
No. I think I've already answered this actually because if you go
Black
watch,
and white people.
if you go watch
Africa anyway. So if
you go
watch
watch-
about melanin.
if you go watch our previous video, you asked me what my
we ain't
ideal.
talking about the
Yeah,
previous
but
video.
I'm plugging it. You asked me what my ideal.
What's the previous video called?
It's the interaction one. You asked me what my ideal one was, and I said black. So there we go.
Do you prefer black? As a question, do you prefer black women or white women?
Over white women. Yeah,
Black women or white women?
I prefer black women.
Okay.
I prefer black women. That does not mean pause. That does not mean I don't. That does not mean I do not find white girls attractive.
Preference isn't either or.
It's not either or. It's just that
I'll support you there. That's nothing wrong with that.
I prefer
Answer the
black
question.
girls, but that doesn't mean I don't find white girls attractive. If I find a white girl attractive, then I find you attractive.
Gotta go with my asshole.
I'm just throwing it out there because
Yeah,
people
yeah.
get butt hurt too easy. So this is me just throwing it out there and just saying, hey, that doesn't mean anything. It just means I prefer black.
I'm saying it's pretty. I'm saying it's pretty confident. Pretty sure I don't have to take any of these shots.
Yeah, because you're probably gonna answer all the questions.
I am.
I'm gonna answer. I'm not drinking on this shit. You think what are we boring? You think I give two shits about these questions? I don't care. So I'm gonna make sure. So it's all right. Question: have you had a one that got away? And if you did, why did you let them go away?
So 2-part question.
Yeah, well,
First question. First answer. Yes. Why wasn't ready at the time?
not gonna give any more to it.
Okay. Do you want? Okay.
Yeah,
wasn't ready at the time.
Give an explanation.
One that got away is, from my perspective, it could have been a person that was like, yeah, no, I wasn't. Like, I was not interested at all. That specific one that got away was at a time where I was still figuring myself out and focusing on my studies. University is expensive. Make sure I come out with that degree.
Okay.
Have you?
Yeah, I'll take it.
You're upset about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm happy.
I'm quite pissed off. Why am I joking, man? I'm joking at girls.
You're lying. Should have said, wake up.
God, they wake up. Oh, shit. See, I have to think about this.
I don't want to bring that just yet.
That's fine. Give me one. It'll take a while anyway. What we should have done, got flashcards and just.
Oh yeah, like that.
Because
Okay.
because
Well, there you go. Well, this is experience that we're learning from. Apologies. Let me just speed up. What are your thoughts on OnlyFans? And would you be with your girl if you had one? If she had one?
my thoughts on OnlyFans.
Honest opinions on OnlyFans.
My thoughts on OnlyFans is I don't agree personally with paying. No wait, I don't agree personally with paying to see someone shake their ass or get their tits out or whatever the hell you do on OnlyFans. I don't personally agree with it. There are free sites out there that you can. Twitter is free.
You can advertise porn.
Twitter is free. So, you know, if you're that down bad, download Twitter. If you're that download bad, Google is a free search engine. I'm just saying. So this stuff is yes, there's stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? Better yet, use your memory bank. Whatever else.
What if people don't have a memory bank?
That's not my problem. So I personally don't agree with it. However, if you have it, go get yours. If people out there are willing to pay for whatever it is of what you're comfortable with showing, you personally, because you're posting on there, so you're personally comfortable with showing it, and people are willing to pay, go get it. Would I be with a girl that actively has it?
Yes.
I think I'd have to have a conversation with her. I think yes, I think I would, but I think that conversation, I really need to have that conversation as to why are you doing it? Are you doing it for validation? Are you doing it because you're getting money? Like, what's your motive?
What if they refuse to answer? They just said it's my OnlyFans, it's my life. That's it.
I'm not gonna discourage myself from being with you just because you have this.
So you want to be with her?
No, I'll be with her. I think it depends how down bad I am. Not as in like it depends how much I like her.
Okay.
It depends how much I like her. If I like her a lot, then yeah, cool. If I'm just like,
so if it's early days in a relationship,
if it's early days in a relationship,
there's no emotional
and there's no emotional connection, then I think I'd remove myself from that situation because it's not something particularly that I would want to go into just because it's like I don't think I would be comfortable enough with my own ego to know that someone is beating off to my girl's ass. Like I don't think I'd be okay with that.
Fair play to you to say, to openly say it's
not
an
ego.
ego.
Yeah, it's an ego thing.
It is.
So I think that's where I'd be at. However, again, I ain't judging. It's up to you. Do you?
No.
Like yourself. If you're a girl, and we're doing a lot of relation questions, but here.
Okay.
if your girl had a body count higher than your body count, which included your boys, like you've been with your girl,
Yeah.
you didn't know, you had a conversation about body counts, somehow, somebody you just come up on a conversation. She then had a body count higher than yours, and that body count also included some of your boys. Do you stay with her or do you leave her?
Leave.
Why?
I don't. Again, it's about my ego. I personally feel a certain way when like there are groups of guys out there that can not necessarily share because this is about us not knowing. But what's the scenario of it? Has she lied to me? Have I asked and she hasn't said, or is it?
I just don't think it's been brought.
It's just not been brought. But I've been with this girl.
Yeah, but you've been with this girl.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Even though you didn't know.
I didn't know, but
yes. Let's say you're 6 months deep.
But she did. I'm 6 months deep and she did a conversation with me saying I've slept with some of your friends. Okay.
How about she didn't know they were your friends?
She didn't know after 6 months. Well, I've been keeping her on island.
Hey, we've learned that some people keep just don't bring their girls around their friends, or don't bring their relationship around their friends because they want to make sure that you're secure in that relationship.
It's such an unrealistic scenario, though. There's friends, but like
it's not though. It's not. It's not unrealistic.
Just look at the world that we live in now. You can find someone on social media sites. Even if they don't have it, you can find out things about people.
Yeah, you can find it, but let's just say she might not have social media. That's realistic.
Okay, so hypothetically, I'm with her, not brought around my friends.
Yeah,
my friends are my circle of people whose opinions and like these people I respect.
Yeah, you're figuring it out.
I'm figuring it out. And I've been 6 months exclusive with this girl.
Yeah, and then
after the 6 months, I'm now happy for you to see my friends.
Yeah. So you then go see your friends. Then you come back home or wherever you go. You just lie and you talk. Body count comes up. You're just talking about body count. You realize it's higher. Then she goes, "Oh, also I've got something to tell you. I slept with X."
Okay. Depending on how it is, like if as soon as she sees me and my friends, if she instantly goes, "Okay, I need to tell you something because I didn't know you know these people." But if it's like if we spend a day with my friends and then like, oh, by the way, now that it's time to talk about it, no, I'm going. If I'm exclusive with someone for 6 months, irrelevant of the time, relationships to me mean more. So it's just if you respect me, like as soon as you realize, okay, the person you know, I've got no disrespect with that person, with my wife, we've been with other people. I don't know her before the 6 months. You've got a life to live, so what? You've had a life to live, sorry. But on instant, oh, these are your friends. Cool. I want to talk to you real quick.
There and then.
There and then.
Even though it could be awkward.
I'd rather that than you watch me chat with my friends. You also chat with my friends. Play along with it. And then know that I've had the whole day of you interacting with the people I find closest to me. And then say, yeah.
What happens if your friend knew? Like you showed the picture, you go, this is my girl. Your friends go, and then you find out from the girl. But your friends knew first.
So my friends knew and they've told me.
No, your friend had told you. So what happens if like you're saying, oh, yo, boys, this is X. I almost said so many names weird, but this is X.
Yeah.
And then your friends sit there and one of us go, okay, cool. And then you
stay quiet.
Then you go home. And you go to, oh yeah, you know, I was talking to my friends about you. Oh, who are your friends? Oh, we haven't
and she tells me.
We haven't spoken about that. Oh, it's da. And she goes, oh, I didn't know you were friends with duh.
And then she tells me.
Yeah.
Then she's done nothing wrong. Then I've got a problem with that person.
Just clarifying for the people at home.
Okay. I'll drop people. Let me say that person's dead to me. Your question. Is a cheater always a cheater?
No. They're not. People can make this. Right. This is what I don't. This is what I actually get pissed off with this.
Let's actually define what cheating is. This person is if you've wholeheartedly slept with another person. This is full cheating. This isn't like gazing at someone thinking about them. This is if you fucked another person whilst in an exclusive relationship.
I generally get pissed off with it.
Fantastic.
Because
I'm going to disagree with you.
A cheater isn't always a cheater. People can make mistakes. Whatever they go through, People can
Having
make
sex with someone else that you're not exclusive with is not a mistake. It's a purposeful action.
No. Okay, I'm not saying in that time.
Let me just hear your.
I'm not saying in that time it's a mistake. But what I'm saying is, you got to do something to then know it's a mistake. So in that moment, it's probably not a mistake. In that moment, you probably sit there and going, "Oh, okay, cool. I did it. All right."
In that moment, after having sex with that person, it's not a mistake.
No. I'm saying in that moment, you doing what you wanted to do. You're not thinking. You do whatever. You do what you wanted to do. You've stepped away from that situation. You've gone, shit.
I'm not talking about situations. I'm talking you've had sex with someone else.
Yeah, no. This is what I'm saying. So you've had sex with someone else. You stepped away from. You had sex with someone else. You're walking away from that situation. You've gone, fuck. Right?
Only then do you go, fuck.
No, I'm just saying. You go, fuck. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, you break up with your girl, your man, whatever. Cool. You then go into a next relationship. That doesn't mean then you're going to cheat again. That doesn't mean then you should be fired from your last relationship. If you got fired from your last job, does that then stop you from getting other jobs?
It's like going on your permanent record. It's not saying. I'm not saying like is once you cheat once, will you always cheat? I'm saying is once a cheat, always a cheat.
Oh no, I don't think so. I also think it's the same with. I know it's extreme, but also I think it's the same with murder.
Yes, that is extreme.
I know that's why I say go to extreme. Okay, I don't always think once a murderer, always a murderer. I think it can be situational.
Murder's blurred lines because it could be about intent, it could be about revenge, it could be about self-defense. To cheat on someone is you've done something wrong. You know you're doing something wrong. You've wronged someone unfairly.
You could say that about murder as well.
Not necessarily.
I know not necessarily. I'm just saying like this too. I just think you should. I just think you don't always need to get defined by your actions of your past. I think yes, I think it's wrong. Yes, you should own it. Yes, you should deal with the repercussions that come from it.
Agreed.
But if then after them repercussions come from it, you sit there, you learn from it.
People change, so then.
Yeah. Sometimes people have to get to situations to change and change for the better. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying sometimes people have to get into that situations to then go, okay, right, I fucked up. I shouldn't think I'm fucking Superman or Superwoman, whatever else. Okay, let me now try and be better for the next one. That's just my personal opinion.
You should try and merge towards correcting the getting to know OJ one. Like this was all based on like getting to know each other. What we said is like we don't agree with certain things.
Yeah, but by that you get to know what you get to our personality. What more do you need to know? What's your favorite color, blue or yellow? Like,
I like jade. It's a nice color.
Is that green?
Yeah. That's shiny. I've always started to like purple as well, but that's for the same, bro. Like a really dark purple.
Okay.
And black.
What is your deepest insecurity?
That I will never prove myself to my family and give them the life I know they truly deserve.
That's a stupid answer. What the hell?
Not a stupid answer. It's just the answer you didn't want me to say.
What's your? What did you drink? That's what I wanted.
Yo, like I said, when that camera's on, I'm 100%. Okay, let's go personality one for you. This one was, can you turn a hoe into a housewife? Right, that one was rushed because I spelled housewife wrong. So, okay, we've got red flags, which are just like things that you dislike in women. Yeah, give me 3 red flags and 2 black flags. The 2 black flags is if they have one of these, it's done. No matter who it is. This could be Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, Rihanna, only one. But as long as they have this one black flag, it's dead. Let's start with 3. Give me 3 red flags, 2 black flags. Just because I feel like people get to know you more.
3 red flags, 2 black flags.
Yes.
Neediness.
Red or black?
Red.
Okay. 3 reds first. Or the 3 reds
yeah,
first.
Yeah. Okay. Neediness. Compulsiveness.
Compulsiveness?
Yeah. So when 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 they think something is instant truth. So let's say for example, let's say you're out with your boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they think you haven't spoken to me in a while. You must be out with a girl.
Is that okay? Insecurity. Okay.
Compulsive.
I get you. I get you.
And they instantly think, right? That's the god on truth.
Insecure, not insecure.
Don't matter what the fuck you do. No matter what you say.
I don't believe him. He's doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right to me insane. And I don't want to call it superficialness because that's not a word, but being superficial. Superficial behavior. But not in terms of like, I like the way I dress, I get my hair done, and all that. And not appearance wise, more in the sense of you're taking me out, you're buying me this, you're doing that. I ain't gotta do shit. I earn my money. I ain't gotta do a damn thing. I earn my money the same way you earn your money. I do it because I want to, not because I have to.
Mm-hmm.
So don't expect every time we're going out that I've got to pay for shit. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I pay, sometimes you pay, sometimes we pay. Like, do you know what I mean? Okay. Like, small circle.
It's just a black bloke.
Yeah. Like, when I say small circle. Not small circle. When I say small circle, I mean lack thereof long-term friends.
Oh, God. Good shout. Good shout.
Because
please elaborate, educate.
Because that tells me you chop and change. Something ain't right. If you don't have a friendship, just one singular friendship that is long lasting.
What's the minimum of years?
I'd say 5+. 5+ years is a long time to be around someone.
Okay, but I'm just saying, we know girls who have been best friends for so long, and like have.
Yeah,
and then that's all it took.
Yeah, but that's my next black flag. but the first one is, if you don't have a friendship that lasts, that tells me then you're in a lot of circles, but you can't hold a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can't hold a friendship, what makes you think you can hold a relationship?
Oh, you wear a lot of masks. So you're not really your true self.
Yeah. So what tells me you can hold a relationship?
You have no proof.
You have no proof. You have no proof of consistency. You have no proof of loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good ones.
And then obviously my next one is what you just said, being able to switch on people like that. Like something bugs me when I see someone and they've been friends with someone for 10+ years, 15+ years, and then all of a sudden,
it tells me personally, or both probably, so much about who they are. If that's all it takes.
It took one.
If it's something serious,
understood, but it took you not getting the attention from someone else because they're with a man.
Especially when you can see through, like, okay, you're just upset. You're jealous
because you didn't get the attention.
You got your own demons, fam. Yeah.
So that yeah, gotta go.
Yeah.
I feel like we're not gonna drink these shots.
We're gonna make them harder.
Well, you say make them harder, we ain't gonna drink them. No matter what hard comes, we'll probably answer the question.
Yeah, it's us though. I feel like we can get other people to answer questions really well. But because, let's face it, it's not only because it's us, it's because it's me with you with me. It's like, we're not gonna.
Maybe we should do this with a lot more people. Maybe we should.
We're gonna start a game show.
Maybe. Actually, tell us if this is a good idea. Because we're just coming up with ideas now.
Okay.
Comments, DMs, whatever. Maybe we do these type of games as like a mini series, and we invite other people around, and we play the game with them.
I've got like 4 games on the play, so yeah, cool.
And maybe we just put it on camera.
We'll have an OJ mini games. We'll keep that just for Instagram.
Yeah, and we'll just
like, not every day.
Yeah, we'll just solely do it for Instagram. So Instagram.
We'll keep the mini games for Instagram.
We'll do an Instagram series. We'll call it like OJ games. Like we'll put it like
2-on-2. If you could think you can take OJ versus the world, if you think you can take on OJ in any game of yours or our choosing, DM us.
Because this ain't gonna. I say this ain't gonna work, but we ain't gonna drink.
I like the game, but yeah, we're not gonna drink this.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do it because we're just gonna keep answering the question.
Well, Fro, we've got those games from like compared to theirs and that as well. So say less. Oh, wait, there was one question as well.
Might as well ask that one more question.
We're here now. What have you watched a lot of Andrew Tate?
I dabble.
Okay, what are your thoughts on it?
Andrew Tate.
Yes. Besides the arresting thing.
I think he's an insecure man.
Oh shit.
I do.
That's
I think
strong.
I do. I think he's an insecure man
It's an opinion, yeah.
that actually has a few valid opinions. Not all of them I agree with. Let me just throw out there. But sometimes some of the things he says, you can understand where he's coming from. Just in a very, I just think he's acting up. I think he's trying to play this facade that he actually isn't coming across as. To me, personally, there is absolutely no way everyone can have the extreme thoughts that this guy does all the time.
Well,
everyone has extreme thoughts.
Back then, it was a world where it was.
Yeah, everyone can have extreme thoughts, but I just don't think in this day and age, I don't think. I think people are a bit more understanding of the other side. So if you are talking men and women, I think you can understand views of men and understand views of women.
There's more empathy between
there's a lot more empathy. But I feel like this brother just constantly says these things to gain a reaction because he knows he's going to be a talking point. I don't think he actually believes it, which means I think he's insecure because if you can't just say how you truly feel without a front, I feel that shows some form of insecurity within yourself or what you're saying. Personally.
Okay.
But that's only after a few things I've watched. I don't actually watch a lot of it, but I've heard stuff and I've watched a little bit, but I haven't watched a lot.
Okay, that's fair. Maybe with more we can have a talk on that.
Yeah, because I don't really know much about it.
Yeah. If you want to know my thoughts.
What are your thoughts?
I don't disagree with him. Doesn't mean I agree with him. I don't disagree with him. I just feel like the lifestyle that he lives is a lifestyle that he's comfortable with. But the generic lifestyle that everyone else wants to live is necessarily about being truthful to only one person, marriage, wife, kids, family, and that. Now, the lifestyle he's living, he's not. He could want that later on, but where he is, or if he wants to stay where he is, he's living that life. Now he's talking. Okay, many times he talks about living that life, and it sounds like a great life. He usually influence kids, guys mainly, dudes. Are like, you know what, that life looks fun. I'm gonna do that, and I get it. It's like Andrew Tate's lifestyle is almost like the OnlyFans for guys. It's like if I can do that and get all these girls and make all this money, that's something I want to do.
Single here. I feel that. I still feel like soft, but here we are. What's this? Oh, mango.
So the phone started recording, and we can't remember what we were talking about after Andrew Tate.
So we actually finished this podcast.
Yes,
we finished it. We had like probably about another 20 minutes talking. And we finished this podcast and we was like, oh yeah,
so good,
we're done. And then we got up and I went to go and change stuff. And then we realised
so happy
it didn't record because my flipping phone died.
Yes.
So we're just gonna write it off here now.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have
this is a perfect like full circle back to preparation and just doing things
and then learning
halfway
through because
it shows how far we are from getting to where we want to be.
Because logic would dictate that we had 2 fucking phones.
Or like the phone that we're recording on was 100% charged.
Or we had anyway, there's a lot of stuff that could have happened. I've just found some more mango juice, so I'm quite happy about it. But there's a lot of stuff that could have happened. However, we are just gonna round it off real quick.
Yeah, we're done. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
I hope you really enjoyed this podcast because it took us through the emotional roller coaster.
Bear in mind, if anyone has lasted this long, this is the second time us doing this. We did it the first time we did it a few days ago.
This is our second time recording.
A few days ago, we recorded it again. It was even longer, and we spoke about so much more stuff. And my phone ran out of space. So that's another thing that I didn't think that my phone. I
we
thought I had load space.
We also then recorded it on my iPad,
Yes.
but the audio and the mics that we use was connected to his phone.
Because we're using like new Bluetooth microphones.
So
And the audio's a lot clearer. It's a lot better.
So
and it's outside, better aesthetic.
And surprisingly, the iPhones are better for recording than the flipping iPad is.
Yes.
It's a higher.
And we thought it was when we got the iPad, we were like, "Yo, it's not." Lesson learned. My eyes twitching.
It failed.
We're done.
It failed.
The iPad failed, but this continued. We're happy with it. We're happy with what was on there.
Well, I ain't doing it again. I ain't doing it for the first thing.
No.
I ain't saying Happy New Year
like,
for
comment,
the
subscribe.
third time.
Like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
2023 is the time.
I want to go spread.
So we are gonna get it done. And this is
so
it.
Tired.
You know what? I might as well stay up and eat now. 3 o'clock. Might as well just stay up. Fucking good morning, people.
You eat.
That's what I got.
I'm gonna stare at the wall until I fall asleep.
Okay, that's you one. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Likes free. Subscribing's free. Sharing's free. It's all free. It takes 30 seconds.
I'm so upset. That was it. That's what I mentioned. I'm so upset that like when I first started watching YouTubes, I thought you had to pay for likes. The way people talked about likes, people were like, "Oh, make sure you like it. It'll do me a favor." I thought you had to pay for it, but all it is
that's
I can't stress that, because even if you don't want to subscribe and get notified about it, you can just like
it.
I'm not saying even if you don't like it, press it anyway. It's free.
It don't affect you in any which way, but it helps us, which in turn, in full circle, at some point, it could help you.
See,
so you never know what happens.
I'm so tired. Oh God, sorry.
Okay, and you're the nocturnal one. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna say it again. Follow our Instagram. Follow our TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube. I ain't even doing our personal ones, but there's more to come. More. We said we're gonna do. I don't know. No, we must have said this.
We must have said it before, right?
We're gonna do games.
Yeah,
must have.
Yeah, we're gonna do like mini series of different things. Starting with games, just for IG.
We might even do vlogs.
OJ versus the world. So it's just 2-on-2. You and your friend think you can take us at any game. You're on creative one of ours because we've got many. DM us and we'll sort it out.
We might even do vlogs at some point.
See,
I think that'll be interesting just to see like their life and whatever. And obviously some more podcasts. Let's try and get to 20.
Yeah, more projects come in. So all of that stuff.
Let's try and get to 20. Right.
Let's have a good 2023. Go get yours, 2023.
Go get yours.
Go get yours. I like that.
Put it on a hoodie.
Let's say we gonna put it on a hoodie.
A black one.
Start making some merch. I like connection.
Yeah, match something. Then you see us in an OJ t-shirt or hoodie.
We'll make it look nice.
Support.
Some people support blindly, which I respect, but when the clothing's dead, you're like, yeah, it's my friends in it. Like, nah, we'll make something that we would. If we don't wear it, then I don't suggest you wear it too. So we'll have to respect, you know.
Anyway, I'm signing out before this dies again.
Indeed. Is there anything else we can say? We're done.
No.
Alright, cool.
Out this bitch.
See you later. I'm so tired.
My aching breaking knees.